Frightening scene. Mudanjiang River surges, sweeping away multiple buildings as flood disaster engulfs China's largest granary. Decomposed bodies of deceased found in Hebei Laishui, devastating blow to tourism projects. The Joyshow rescue team was accused of reselling donated supplies. While China is devastated by floods, CCP leaders are enjoying their Beidaihe vacation. China's rising household debt is reaching the IMF's red line, threatening the economy. It's all covered in today's China Truths. Frightening scene. Mudanjiang River surges, sweeping away multiple buildings as flood disaster engulfs China's largest granary. Beijing, Hebei, and other areas are still recovering from the flood disaster, but now heavy rain has hit northeast China's Heilongjiang province, causing serious disasters in multiple locations. According to Chinese media reports on the morning of August 4th, the water level at Mudanjiang Station 2 reached 229.01 meters late night of the same day, surpassing the alert level. The water level is still rising, and the first major flood of the year in Mudanjiang, with a magnitude of floodwater that occurs roughly once every 20 years, has formed. Videos taken by residents show that on the early morning of the 4th, the Urjian forest farm in Heilongjiang province was hit by a sudden flood, with muddy water almost submerging the rooftops of houses. Some houses were directly swept away by the flood, and rooftops were carried along with the rushing water, presenting a truly frightening sight, leading the topic Mudanjiang floods causing houses to be washed away ranked first on Baidu's trending searches. Not only has the first flood of 2023 already formed in Mudanjiang, but it is also expected that Ant River and Leyland River in Harbin will experience a flood of a magnitude not seen in over 50 years, while the southern areas of Wuchang and Shaanxi are facing precipitation levels close to or surpassing historical extremes. On the 3rd of this month, Ant River witnessed the first flood of 2023. The government of Heilongjiang has issued warnings of more intense weather phenomena today, including tornadoes. The flood control emergency response level in the provincial capital, Harbin, has been raised to level 1 from today. Furthermore, Heilongjiang is China's largest grain-producing region, and a large number of farmlands have been submerged, leading to the evacuation of residents in low-lying areas. There are concerns that this flooding may impact China's grain supply in the latter half of the year. Notably, Wuchang City, a significant commodity grain base and one of the top 5 rice-producing counties in the country, is also affected by the rising river water levels. The Wuchang Reservoir discharged water on the 2nd of this month, further jeopardizing the production of its famous fragrant rice. Decomposed bodies of deceased found in Hebei Laishui, devastating blow to tourism projects. As previously reported, starting from July 29th, Hebei's Baoding Laishui County has been struck by a flood, with river water levels surging and several villages being submerged. Many netizens have reported that their family and friends are missing. Villagers who returned from other places to rescue people shared their experiences, saying, "We actually risked our lives to go back. The road we took was beside a cliff, and 2 mothers accompanied me. Their children were on summer vacation and stayed in their hometown. They said, if we lose our children, we won't want to live either." Tangjiazwang village is located in the mountainous area, different from the urban flooding in Joyshow. Here, there are also mountain torrents and mudslides. The bodies of the victims have already decomposed beyond recognition. The bodies of animals, sheep, cows, pigs, dogs, on the roadside have also rotted and decayed, exposed to the air, urgently requiring some disinfectant. A devastating blow to tourism projects. Guogang, alias, the operator of a tourism project in Sanpo Town, Laishui County. The project includes camping, catering, parent-child activities, and water sports. Before the pandemic, they used to receive around 20,000 visitors daily, and during major holidays, the number could reach 30,000 to 40,000. Around 5:50 a.m. on July 31st, the water started rising, and in about an hour, it swallowed half of our project. By around 11 a.m., the entire project was gone. The flood was a devastating blow to us, and it actually affected the whole scenic area along the loop. Gang said that this flood exceeded everyone's imagination. There are still many people trapped inside. The bridges and roads along the way have collapsed, and vehicles may not be able to pass. Gang's project had a tangible investment of around 17 million yuan, and the intangible losses cannot be calculated. There are probably many projects with bigger investments and greater losses than ours. On the evening of August 3rd, Laishui County authorities reported that 15 towns and 284 villages, affecting 73,000 people, were affected by the floods. Notably, in the report on floods in various northern regions on August 4th, CCTV continued to boast about the so-called rescue achievements and tried to downplay the severity of the disaster. When mentioning the situation in Beidaihe, Hebei, the report stated that some villages were affected by rainfall and experienced accumulated water, with many people being trapped, and that the fire department conducted 12 hours of emergency rescue. The news has sparked a wave of outrage among many people in Beidaihe, Hebei. They accused CCTV of distorting the facts, saying, "We are experiencing flood release, not heavy rain," and demanded that the media outlet be accountable to the people of Beidaihe. Many villages that were submerged represent the hard work of ordinary people. It's disheartening to hear such misleading reports. The news is mistaken. The rain has long stopped here. Can CCTV report randomly and lead us astray like this? Another netizen criticized CCTV for fabricating numbers, stating, "It's not just 4 villages, 47 villages in Beidaihe were affected, and more than 70,000 people had to evacuate." The Joyshow rescue team was accused of reselling donated supplies. The far-reaching influence of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, has cast a shadow of corruption across various sectors, including critical areas such as disaster relief. A prime example lies within the CCP-affiliated Red Cross Society, an institution marred by long-standing disrepute. Recently, the Beijing Red Cross Society endeavored to counteract its tarnished image by launching an online donation campaign called Aiding Beijing's Flood Victims through the Hebei public welfare platform. However, the response from many netizens has been less than enthusiastic, with numerous individuals abstaining from contributions and opting instead to mock the initiative in the comments section. In a surprising turn of events, a multitude of netizens have chosen to donate token amounts as low as 0.01 yuan, seemingly aiming to embarrass the Beijing Red Cross Society deliberately. Amid allegations of potential malicious donations, reports have surfaced that the organization has revised its minimum donation threshold to 1 yuan in a bid to curb such actions. The predicament isn't limited to the Red Cross branch in Beijing. Historically, social donations sent to the Chinese Red Cross Society have frequently been subjected to layers of deductions, leaving just a small portion to reach the intended beneficiaries. This dismal fact has resulted in a significant drop in Chinese people's willingness to make charity contributions for disaster relief through the Red Cross. Moreover, the Joyshow floods have illuminated a broader pattern of corruption beyond the realm of the Chinese Red Cross Society. Some online voices have aired grievances about personal experiences, recounting instances where supplies totaling 15,000 yuan, equivalent to $2,100, were acquired and then sent directly to the Joyshow government's disaster relief center. In a surprising turn, the individual discovered a scene of officials posing for photographs at the designated delivery point, the Joyshow Vocational Education Center, prompting a redirection of the supplies to the Volunteer Command Center situated adjacent to a restaurant in Joyshow. Disconcertingly, a video that surfaced on August 4th laid bare the dysfunction within this Volunteer Command Center. Chaos reigned as clashes erupted between out-of-town rescue teams and the local Blue Sky Rescue (BSR) group. Explosive claims have emerged from members of various rescue teams against the Blue Sky Rescue Team as accusations swirl about the group monopolizing relief supplies and withholding them from fellow responders. Disturbingly, reports suggest that the accusations extend to the clandestine resale of donated items and even instances of physical altercations with other rescue personnel. Disturbing video evidence sheds light on the issue, with eyewitnesses describing incidents in which the Blue Sky Rescue Team allegedly seized and resold essential supplies such as engine oil, lifeboats, and motors. These alleged activities, which were captured on video, immediately spread over mainland China's WeChat. Public sentiment has intensified the scrutiny, with netizens harshly criticizing the local rescue team's perceived disregard for the lives of flood-stricken residents. The donated supplies are deemed crucial, considering the extensive loss of life caused by the Joyshow flooding. Mainland reports on August 3 detailed that the rescue personnel arriving in Joyshow, Hebei, required boats to access their mission site. The rescuers shared grim assessments, revealing water depths of 7 to 8 meters, with certain areas plunging to a staggering 12 meters. Video footage captured the floodwaters almost level with traffic signs. As the current scenario unfolds, Beijing remains under the specter of landslide warnings, while authorities in Hebei province have escalated the natural disaster alert from level 3 to level 2. Regarding Hebei's flood predicament, Chinese water officials predict a protracted timeline of around 1 month for the subsiding of floodwaters. The magnitude of the situation prompted the evacuation of a staggering 850,000 individuals. Notably, in the city of Joyshow, the epicenter of the crisis, approximately 100,000 residents, accounting for approximately 1/6 of the city's population, have been compelled to abandon their homes. Official statistics from China indicate a concerning vulnerability to flooding or waterlogging, with about 98% of the nation's 654 major cities at risk. Significantly, the China Meteorological Administration underscored on August 3 that the northeastern provinces might witness a further 50% increase in rainfall during August. As of 6 a.m. on August 1, CCP officials stated that the death toll stood at 11, while 27 individuals remained unaccounted for. However, these figures have been met with skepticism from both domestic and international quarters. Netizens have expressed outright distrust in the Chinese Communist Party's official data, echoing the sentiment that official pronouncements might not accurately capture the true extent of the disaster. They question the accuracy of the reported death toll, asserting that the disclosed figure of 11 fatalities is an implausible underestimation. On August 3, Gao Yu, an independent journalist and prominent columnist based in Beijing, took to Twitter to disclose a disheartening reality. Gao Yu's account alleges that Mintugu suffered a devastating loss of life, with over 200 individuals succumbing to the forces of the rainstorm. Heartbreakingly, the youngest victim was only 4 years old. While China is devastated by floods, CCP leaders are enjoying their Beidaihe vacation. Amidst the CCP's formal announcement of the Beidaihe vacation, a scene of distress unfolded as the Beijing-Tianjin-Hebei region grappled with widespread flooding, and the relentless deluge of the ocean further exacerbated the cries. Many individuals found themselves trapped in torrents, their residences submerged, and tragic loss of life ensued. This stark contrast between the leaders' leisure and the immense suffering of those in the disaster-stricken region drew sharp criticism. Queries emerged, questioning the whereabouts and emotional well-being of those evacuated from Joyshow. Some netizens voiced their concerns, querying the absence of a visit from Kai Chi, dispatched by President Xi, to Joyshow for first-hand assessment and expressions of condolence. The prevailing sentiment pointed out a perceived neglect of the disaster's gravity as the leaders chose a vacation instead of standing by the populace in their hour of need. In an August 3 report, Reuters revealed that despite the lingering inundation in numerous northern regions, Kai Chi's assembly with vacationing experts in Beidaihe served as a customary indicator of the Communist Party of China's top brass commencing their annual retreat. As detailed in the report, Xi Jinping's pre-vacation responsibilities encompassed issuing directives for intensified flood relief efforts in the flood-ravaged north. Even as a considerable number of individuals from Hebei province, the location of Beidaihe, were displaced due to the deluge, the high-level vacation proceeded unaffected. Notably, the report highlighted that the onset of Beidaihe's retreat coincided with unresolved queries surrounding the removal of Xi Jinping's confidant and foreign minister, Qin Gang, as well as the abrupt leadership alterations within the CCP rocket force. Concurrently, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the CCP has declared a suspension of its routine press briefings for 2 weeks. Presently, Qin Gang retains his membership in the CCP State Council, rendering him eligible to partake in the vacation alongside the leadership. However, his attendance remains uncertain. Equally enigmatic is whether Hu Jintao, Xi Jinping's predecessor, will make an appearance in Beidaihe. Hu was forcibly ousted from the 20th CPC National Congress last October, while Jiang Zemin passed away the same year. An unnamed Chinese scholar, cited in the report, observed that over the past decade, Xi Jinping's consolidation of power has constricted the latitude for retired leaders to articulate their viewpoints. China's rising household debt is reaching the IMF's red line, threatening the economy. As disclosed in a report from the National Laboratory of Finance and Development, NIFD, an entity under the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, the proportion of household debt to the nation's gross domestic product, GDP, has elevated from 61.9% at the close of the previous year to 63.5% in the second quarter of this year. This trajectory draws nearer to the threshold flagged as a financial risk by the International Monetary Fund, IMF, which stands at 65%. Chinese household debt is primarily attributable to mortgage loans. By the close of June, the cumulative value of mortgage debts had surged to 38.6 trillion yuan, equivalent to $5.38 trillion. This figure encompasses not only loans for consumer goods but also credit card indebtedness, personal loans, and business financing. China's household debt, reaching a staggering $10.76 trillion by the close of the previous year, has emerged as a concern, constituting 61.3% of the nation's economic output as estimated by the Bank for International Settlements. This eclipses the averages of leading economies like Germany, 55.2%, India, 36.4%, and emerging markets, 47.7%. Against this backdrop, the CCP's Politburo is increasingly pivoting towards harnessing domestic demand to propel the nation's economic growth. Simultaneously, the National Development and Reform Commission unveiled a package of 20 measures this week aimed at boosting consumption. These steps include easing restrictions on vehicle and real estate purchases, accompanied by a pledge to enhance the overall consumption landscape. However, CNBC's Jim Cramer critiqued China's approach, describing the blend of military and luxury spending stimuli as problematic for economic growth. The Economist Intelligence Unit, EIU, echoed similar sentiments, cautioning that Beijing's drive towards real estate and substantial spending might yield limited outcomes given households' cautious approach towards expenditure. The EIU report emphasized that Chinese consumers retain a sense of caution amid widespread uncertainty regarding future income and employment opportunities, which could potentially serve as a further drag on the nation's economy. Don't forget to comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.